When the sun drops low on the painted plains and the wind hums soft through the cedar chains, boot heels whisper on an old dirt road. Another long day, another heavy load. Campfire sparks in the cool and dark. Stars strike matches, one by one they spark. Saddles creak like an old-time prayer. Night riders rise from the open air. We're the night riders, bound by the flame, chasing the horizon, calling freedom by name. Through the canyons deep and the moonlit trails, we ride for the truth in the old night tales, with dust on our souls and steel in our spine. We're the night riders, riding time. Coyotes cry where the river bends, sounds like ghosts of long lost friends. Silver moon on a weathered hat, every mile remembers that. Broken fences, promises kept, dreams paid for in the sleep we never get. From Dodge to Cheyenne's glow, we follow tracks only riders know. We're the night riders, sworn to the land, with calloused hearts and a steady hand. No crown of gold, no city lights, just a borrowed moon and borrowed nights. If tomorrow comes, it'll find us fine. We're the night riders, riding time. There's a code stitched deep in the western wind. Stand your ground, never break or bend. Leave it better than you found. Say your word, then stand your ground. Some ride fast, some ride slow, some chase peace, some chase war. But when the thunder rolls at dawn, the night riders carry on. Hear the drums in the distant storm, hooves like echoes wild and warm. If the trail ends, we'll make one more. Hearts like maps to an unseen shore. No grave can hold a rider's song. It rides the wind and rides along. Old songs carved in canyon walls, names still writing when the daylight falls. From trail bosses lost and known to every rider riding alone. We tip our hats to the fallen few who taught us what the West must do. When shadows stretch and faith feels thin, the night rides call us in. We're the night riders, born of the range, weathered by time but unchanged. With fire in our chest and dust in our eyes, we chase the truth beneath endless skies. If legends live, then this is mine. We're the night riders, riding time. So when you hear hooves in the midnight air and feel the west like a whispered prayer, know we're out there, holding the line, the night riders, riding time. Yeah, the night riders, riding time. The sun slipped down behind the hills, left the sky quiet, the air stood still. Boots were tired, hands were rough, another day of hard-earned dust. A lantern swayed by the barnwood door like it had done 1,000 times before. Its golden flame against the night guided every wandering rider home right. There are lanterns in the dust, burning low but strong, lighting up the trail when the daylight's gone. For every lost soul, every restless heart, there's a glow that shows you where you are. Through broken roads and promises discussed, we follow hope like lanterns in the dust. Coyotes sing to a crescent moon, old sad songs with a silver tune. The fence line hums, the river knows all the places a cowboy goes. Some chase gold, some chase peace, some just run from what won't release. But when the night turns cold and rough, that quiet light is more than enough. There are lanterns in the dust shining through the pain, small as stars, but they light the plains. When the world goes dark and the trail feels lost, they remind us of the price and the cost of riding on when trust is rust. We believe still in lanterns in the dust. An old man sat by a fire one night, son, the west don't hand you light. You earn it slow with scars and miles, with broken dreams and stubborn smiles. Names get carved into weathered stone, some remembered, most unknown. But every soul that stood their ground left a flame still glowing around. If you're riding alone and the wind cuts deep, if regret won't let you sleep, lift your eyes past the doubt and fear. There's a steady glow still waiting here. Not every guide wears a face or voice, sometimes light is just a choice. Morning comes like a whispered prayer, dew on saddles, dust in the air. Lantern smoke fades into dawn, but its lesson carries on. From cattle drives to canyon walls, to every heart that hears the call. The West lives on in faith and trust, and lanterns burning in the dust. There are lanterns in the dust, passed hand to hand, from the restless to the strong who stand. When the trail runs thin and hope feels small, they're the reason cowboys never fall. Through storm and night, through fear and rust, we ride by faith and lanterns in the dust. So when you're riding where the road won't show and the answers come too slow, look for the light the West still trusts, those lanterns in the dust. Yeah, the lanterns in the dust. The sun sinks low on a rusted sky, paints the plains in red and fire. Boots kick dust on a fading road, every mile's a story we've owed. Hats pulled down, eyes on the land, calloused hearts and weathered hands. When the shadows stretch and daylight saves, the West remembers who we be. We're the outlaws at dusk, riding between what the world forgot and what it seemed. No halos here, just blood and trust. We stand our ground when the law turns dust. By a dying sun and a rising flame, we ride for truth, not fortune or fame. Yeah, the outlaws at dusk remain. Some folks say we chose this life, but the trail chose us through loss and strife. From border towns to canyon bends, we learned the cost of broken ends. Sheriff stars and loaded dice, justice here don't come cheap or nice. But when the night starts calling our name, we answer slow, but we answer the same. We're the outlaws at dusk, sworn to the land, with no last rites and no second plan. If the world turns cold and the deal feels red, we still ride straight, we still ride big. By the moon's thin edge and the crow's last cry, we live by the code we won't deny. Yeah, the outlaws at dusk ride by. There's a grave out back of an old saloon, marked by a cross and a silver moon. Names worn thin by wind and rain, but their ghosts still ride these plains. An old guitar by the firelight plays the truth soft every night. You don't outrun what you believe, you carry it like a loaded sleeve. If tomorrow comes with a rope or crown, we'll face it standing, not backing down. Every scar tells where we stood, every sin paid in blood and wood. No regrets, just debts we trust, paid in full by the dusk. Morning waits beyond the dark, where dreams are born from a stubborn spark. But till that dawn breaks clean and clear, we ride the edge between hope and fear. For every soul the West forgot, for every line that time could not, we tip our hats, we take our stand. Outlaws still, but we're our own lawman. We're the outlaws at dusk, hearts unchained, still riding hard through joy and pain. No saints above, no devils below, just a line we walk and a code we know. If history calls us wrong or just, we'll answer proud at the edge of dusk. Yeah, the outlaws at dusk are us. So when you see the sky sky burn red and hear hoofbeats where legends tread. Know some truths refuse to rust, they ride on. Outlaws at dusk, yeah, they ride on. Outlaws at dusk. The sun fell hard behind the range, left the sky in ember shades. Dust hung low where the cattle passed, every shadow stretched out long and vast. A lone crow cried from a fence post bent, like a warning the heavens sent. I tightened reins, said a quiet prayer, and rode where the light gave up the air. I ride into darkness, head held high, with a borrowed moon and a truth I won't deny. No promise waits on the other side, just the coat I keep and the trail I ride. If fear calls loud, I answer strong. I ride into darkness, riding on. Boots are worn, but the will stands firm. Lessons learned in fire and dirt, from ghost town streets to canyon walls. I've buried friends where the silence falls. The West don't bend for a man's regret, it only remembers what you never forget. So I carry their names like loaded steel. Every mile proves the vow is real. I ride into darkness, through dust and flame, with scars as proof and no shame. If the night decides to test my soul, I won't turn back, I won't lose hope. By starlight thin and a restless song, I ride into darkness, riding on. There's a line you cross when the daylight dies, where the truth stands bare and the lie won't hide. That's where a rider earns his name, not in fortune's smile or a gambler's game. Some pray for dawn, some fear the night. I learned my strength in the absence of light. When the world goes quiet and hope feels far, that's when you find out who you are. If I fall, let the coyotes sing, let the plains remember everything. No stone, no cross, just dust and time, and a trail that proves this life was mine. I don't fear what I can't outrun, I fear a life half lived, half done. The wind writes songs in the canyon floor of riders gone who still ride more. Their shadows move when the moon runs thin, like old-time ghosts riding the wind. So I tip my hat to the ones before, who rode past doubt and fear and war. Their courage rides beside my flame. Every night the West the same. I ride into darkness, steady and true, with nothing left I need to prove. If tomorrow breaks or never shows, I'll meet it proud on this road I chose, by faith alone and a will made strong. I ride into darkness, riding on. So if you hear hooves where the stars go blind and feel the West on the edge of time, no, some riders never turn back. They ride into darkness and don't look back. Yeah, they ride into darkness and don't look back. Daylight fades on the canyon rim, turns the sky to a weathered hymn. Dust settles soft on a tired trail, where the past still rides in every tale. Boot heels echo slow and low, where the cottonwoods bend and the cold winds blow. Every mile holds a memory kept in the long dark lines the West has etched. In the shadows of the West we stand, with open hearts and steady hands, where legends fade but never rest. They ride on strong in the shadows of the West. Through broken dreams and promises we carry on what time forgets. Yeah, we live our lives in the shadows of the West. There's a face in the fire, a name in the flame, of a rider who rode without fortune or fame. His laughter still drifts through the open plains, like a ghost stitched deep in the rains. The law was thin, the nights were long. You learn right quick what was right or wrong. No judge but the stars, no book but trust, just a man and his word, and the trail's hard dust. In the shadows of the West we ride, with the truth walking close by our side. No easy road, no promised rest, just the call that lives in the shadows of the West. If the world turns cold and faith feels thin, we find our strength where the night begins. Yeah, we hold the line in the shadows of the West. Some chase gold, some chase peace, some run hard from what won't release. But the land remembers every step, every vow you broke, every vow you kept. From cattle drives to silent graves, The West was built by the strong and brave, not saints or kings, just flesh and bone, trying to make a place feel like home. When the moon hangs low and the trail goes blind, you learn what's left when you leave fear behind. It ain't the gun or the speed you draw, it's a quiet code you live by law. If I fall tonight, let it be said, I rode with truth till the daylight fled. Morning comes like a whispered prayer, with frost on the ground and dust in the air. Shadows fade, but they never die, they just change shape when the sun climbs high. Every rider leaves something behind, in hoofbeat marks and lines of time. And when my trail finally meets its end, I'll ride with the ghosts I called my friends. In the shadows of the West we remain, through joy and loss, through sun and rain. No silver crown, no final test, just a life lived true in the shadows of the West. If history calls us wrong or blessed, we'll answer proud. From the shadows of the West. When the fire burns low and the night feels vast, and you hear the wind speak of the past, know the West still knows us best. We ride on still in the shadows of the West. Yeah, we ride on still in the shadows of the West. The sun bleeds red on the edge of town, long shadows stretch as the light goes down. Boot heels tap on a wooden floor, every eye's on the swinging door. Dust hangs thick in the evening air, like a held breath wrapped in prayer. Some debts ride heavy, some sins won't wait. Tonight decides a man's fate. It's 6 guns at sundown, silence before the sound, where legends are written when the daylight drowns. No judge but the sky, no law but trust, steel meets truth in the settling dust. If a man must stand, then stand his ground, with 6 guns at sundown. Old hands whisper it won't end clean, every soul here knows what it means. Cards stay cold, whiskey untouched, fate don't care if a man's had enough. I've seen good men walk the line between mercy and the end of time. Some walked away, some stayed too long. History remembers who stood strong. It's 6 guns at sundown, hearts beat slow, and the West decides what a man must show. No turning back once the moment's found, when honor calls at sundown, by a dying sun and a restless ground. It's 6 guns at sundown. The wind carries names long gone, gunsmoke, prayers, and outlaw songs. Boot prints fade, but the stories stay, carved in lead in yesterday. You don't draw fast just to prove you can. You draw to protect what you understand. A promise made, a line in the sand. Sometimes peace needs a steady hand. If I fall tonight, let it be known I stood my ground. I stood alone, no glory chase, no bloodlust won, just a fight that couldn't be outrun. When fear and truth come face to face, only the brave refuse disgrace. The sun dips low, the moment's here. No room left for doubt or fear. A single breath, the world stands still between a man's heart and his will. Whether dawn breaks clean or the night takes hold, this tale's as old as the West is old. A stand for right, a stand for sound, where the shadows meet the ground. It's 6 guns at sundown, final call, when a man stands tall or he starts to fall. No second chance, no battleground, just one true stand at sundown. If the West remembers one sacred sound, it's 6 guns at sundown. So when the sky burns red and the wind dies down, and you hear the echo roll through town, know some truths don't back down. They face a fire at sundown. Yeah, some legends are born, with 6 guns at sundown. The sun breaks slow on a frostbit plain. Coffee steams like a midnight train. Boots hit dirt, same old sound. Men stand tall without a crown. Weathered hats, eyes like stone. Every rider here's been shaped alone. But when the cattle start to move, we ride as one, nothing to prove. It's the brotherhood of the range, side by side, through dust and storm, through hope and pride. No man rides alone out here. We share the load, we share the fear, by handshakes sworn and promises strained. We live and die by the brotherhood of the range. Some came running from a broken past, some just needed a place to last. Different scars, different names, but the land don't care, it treats us the same. You learn real fast what a man is worth, not by his talk, but his work and dirt. When the river floods or the night turns long, you find your strength where you belong. In the brotherhood of the range we stand, with open hearts and steady hands. When the wind cuts deep and the trail feels thin, a brother's there till the bitter end. No written law, no golden chain, just the sacred bond of the brotherhood of the range. We've buried friends beneath old skies, marked by crosses and quiet goodbyes. Spoke no speeches, no grand display, just tipped our hats and rode away. But their laughter rides the canyon air in every risk that we still dare. A man ain't gone as long as his name still rides the trails he tried to tame. If I stumble, pull me through. If I fall, you'll see me true. Not by words, but by the stand of a brother's reach, a steady hand. Steel ain't strong without the forge, faith ain't real without the core. When the sun sinks low and the workday ends, we pass the fire and count our friends. No riches here, no silver throne, just stories carved in flesh and bone. The West was built on backs like these, bent but unbroken, proud and free. And when my trail finally turns to sand, I'll ride it proud with these same men. It's the brotherhood of the range, ride or die, under endless stars and open skies. If the world forgets our names, the land remembers just the same. Through blood and dust, through joy and pain, we hold the line, the brotherhood of the range. So when you hear hoofs at the break of day and feel the West in a silent way, know this bond will never change. We ride forever, the brotherhood of the range. Yeah, we ride forever, the brotherhood of the range. The moon hangs low on the canyon rim, silver light drapes the land so dim. Hooves strike soft on the desert floor, every mile takes me a further before. Wind whispers secrets of the plains through twisted oaks and dust-stained chains. Shadows lengthen, the night feels wide, a rider's path has nowhere to hide. It's a long night ride through stars and dust, where courage and fate are the only trust. No map, no end, just the open trail through whispered wind and a lonely gale. If tomorrow finds me or leaves me behind, I ride by the call I've sworn to find. Yeah, the long night ride, forever mine. I've crossed dry rivers and canyons deep, where ghosts of cowboys never sleep. The fire's dim, but the story grows with every scar that the journey shows. No fortune waits, no light ahead, just a dusty road and a word unsaid. But when the shadows call my name, I answer steady, I answer the same. It's the long night ride with nothing to fear, only the wind and a starry veneer. Through silence thick in the canyon wide, I keep my horse and my heart alive. If the world goes dark and hope seems slight, I'll follow the trail through the night. Yeah, the long night ride, my guiding light. Sometimes the coyotes sing like friends, sometimes the trail just never ends. I've learned to ride with the night around, to feel the earth beneath, the sky profound. Every hill I climb, every stream I ford, teaches the code that the West has stored. A man walks alone, but the land still speaks. In every bend, in every creek. If I fall, let the stars mark the place where the West held me in its quiet grace. No crown, no cheer, just a whispered name carved into time like an eternal flame. The night holds all I've ever known. It's in the wind, it's in the stone. Dawn will come, but I won't see the first soft light on the prairie. Still I ride through the endless dark with nothing but heart and stubborn spark. And when my trail has run its course, I'll ride the wind with the same strong force. For the West keeps calling and I reply with steady hands and a watchful eye. It's the long night ride through shadow and flame, where every mile writes a rider's name. No guide, no chain, just the open road through wind and rain, through sun and cold. If legends live, let them know my stride. I carry the West on the long night ride. Yeah, the long night ride, forever wide. So when you hear hooves under silver skies and feel the wind that never lies, know some souls still roam the night on the endless trail of the long night ride. Yeah, they ride forever, the long night ride. sun dips low behind the ridge, shadows fall along the dusty bridge. Boots hit hard on the old trail road, every mile carries a heavy load. Hats pulled down against the wind, stories of where we've been. A cowboy rides with eyes ahead, no looking back at the tears we've shed. Cowboys don't look back, we ride on through the storm and the breaking dawn. No chains behind, no regrets to track. We move with purpose, never look back. With the prairie wide and the sky so black, we hold our ground. Cowboys don't look back. From canyon walls to river bends, we've learned the trail has no loose ends. Friends are gone, names fade away, but their lessons ride with us every day. We chase the horizon, never the past. A cowboy's freedom is built to last. Through blistered hands and nights alone, we ride the wind, we make it our own. Cowboys don't look back, our path is clear. Through dust and shadow, through hope and fear. No sorrow keeps us in its grasp. We ride for today, we ride steadfast. With the stars above as the only track, we carry on. Cowboys don't look back. The fire burns low, the night grows cold. Every story's worth its weight in gold. We speak in silence, we ride in trust. No man can turn what a cowboy must. The west is wide and the road is long. We face the night with courage strong. Every step leaves a mark behind, but the eyes of a cowboy only see what's ahead. If the storm should break and the trail turns steep, we'll stand our ground, we'll never weep. No glance behind, no second chance. We ride the wind with a steadfast stance. Every mile, every dusk, every crack reminds us still, cowboys don't look back. Morning comes on, a whisper of gold, and we're still riding fearless and bold. The plains are wide, the horizon calls. Every rider answers when duty falls. We honor the fallen by living free, by riding the trail where we're meant to be. And when our journey finally ends, we ride with the wind, with our brothers and friends. Cowboys don't look back, the trail is wide. With courage, honor, and hearts of pride. Through all the nights and the endless track, we face the dawn. Cowboys don't look back, by sun and moon and the prairies black. We ride forever, cowboys don't look back. So when the wind whispers and the night draws near, and you hear hooves on the trail you fear, know the spirit rides and it never lacks. It rides on still. Cowboys don't look back, yeah, it rides on still. Cowboys don't look back. The sun sinks low on a weathered plain. Dust rises up like a whispered train. Boots hit the earth in steady stride. A cowboy's heart is a patient guide. Campfire smoke curls into the sky. Stars ignite as the day waves goodbye. Voices low, stories take flight in the quiet glow of firelight. Through dust and firelight we ride on, with weary hearts but spirit strong. No path is easy, no trail is slight. We face the night by dust and firelight. Through canyon walls and endless plains, we chase the wind and break the chains. Yeah, we ride on through dust and firelight. notes call from the canyon deep. The land keeps secrets it won't speak. Every mile tells a tale we share of hardships born in nights of prayer. Our hats pull low, our eyes ahead, by honor guided, by courage led. Through storms and silence, through sweat and rain, we carry the West in every vein. Through dust and firelight we press our way, with every hoofbeat at the close of day. No glory waits, no fortune bright, just the open trail and the firelight. Through shadowed hills and rolling dust, we ride for truth, we ride, we must, yeah, we ride on. Through dust and firelight, around the flame old songs are sung of fathers and sons and the trails they've run. Names carved in wood, scars in the earth, lessons of freedom, pride and worth. Some ride for love, some ride for need, some follow honor, some chase greed. But when the night falls, the truth is clear. Every rider knows the code we hold dear. If tomorrow finds the trail unknown, we'll meet it proud, we ride alone. Every mile is a story kept, every hour earns the respect we've swept. The fire burns low, the wind runs high, but cowboys ride and cowboys fly. Morning comes like a whisper slow, lighting the hills with a golden glow. We pack our gear, we mount our steeds, chasing the horizon where freedom leads. The trail goes on, the west calls loud, through endless plains and drifting cloud. Every day a chance, every night a fight, guided still by dust and firelight. Through dust and firelight we ride free, with hearts unbroken and spirits keen. No chains behind, no past in sight, we forge our way by dust and firelight. Through canyons deep and rivers wide, we ride together side by side, yeah, we ride on. Through dust and firelight. So when you hear the hooves in the night and see the sparks of the campfire light, know some souls still roam this land, right, guided forever by dust and firelight. Yeah, guided forever by dust and firelight. The dawn breaks slow on the rolling plains, gold on the hills, blood in the veins. Boots hit the earth, steady and true. Every mile a story, every sky a hill. Horses snort, saddles creak. Every rider knows what the silence speaks. Through canyons wide and rivers deep, the frontier secrets a cowboy keeps. We are the riders of the frontier, bold and free. Through storm and shadow, across the sea of prairie. No change behind, no fear ahead. We ride by the code our father said. Through dust and sun, through wind and rain, we ride the trail where freedom reigns. Yeah, the riders of the frontier remain. From ghost ghost towns lost to mountains high. We've chased the wind, we've touched the sky. Some came for honor, some came to roam, every heart searching for a home. We leave behind what we can't take, right on for those who cannot wait. Through nights alone and skies ablaze, we carry the past through the western haze. We are the riders of the frontier, standing tall through endless plains and the canyons call. No promise waits, no light in sight, only the courage to ride through the night. By starlit skies and morning's glow, we ride where only the brave dare go. Yeah, the riders of the frontier know. Around the campfire, stories unfold of heroes, outlaws, and hearts of gold. Names carved deep into weathered wood, tales of courage, tales of brotherhood. The wind remembers the steps we've made, the river's hum of the choices paid. A rider's code is silent, true, it guides the many and honors the few. If the trail grows rough, we hold our line through night's cold hand and the test of time. No glance behind, no turning back, we ride the wind and follow the track. Every mile earned, every dawn we see, binds our hearts to the frontier's decree. Sunset falls on a golden land, a horse's neigh, a steady hand. We ride for freedom, we ride for pride, with the western winds as our guide. Through endless plains and skies so vast, we honor the future, remember the past. And when our trail meets the final bend, we ride with the wind, we ride again. We are the riders of the frontier, unafraid. Through shadow nights and bright suns parade. No chains behind, no regrets to fear. We face the horizon, our path clear. Through dust and dawn, through night and day, we ride the west in our own way. Yeah, the riders of the frontier stay. So when the wind blows across the plains and the prairie hums its endless strain, know the spirit rides with a fearless cheer forever live. Riders of the frontier, yeah, forever alive. Riders of the frontier. The sun sinks low on a barren plain. Dust swirls up like an untamed train. Boots strike hard on a winding trail where the law is gone and men prevail. Horses snort and saddles creak, every mile tells a tale we seek. No town, no sheriff, no rule to bind, just a cowboy's code and a wandering mind. There's no law on this road, only the wind Some call us outlaws, some call us brave, chasing freedom across the western wave, through ghost towns lost and rivers wide. Every rider carries the west inside. No contract sign, no judge's word, only trust in the trail and the horse we've stirred. We ride alone, yet together we stand, brothers of dust, gun in hand. There's no law on this road, only the stars guiding our way through the night scars. No fences hold, no orders bind. We answer only to the code we find. Through moonlit nights and sun-scorched sand, we ride as one. No law on this land. The campfire glows and stories unfold of men who rode, both young and old. Names etched in canyon walls and stone, legends of freedom carved alone. Some chase fortune, some chase peace, some ride hard to find release. But when the trail calls, we don't delay. We follow it true, come what may. If the night grows dark, we hold our own through howling wind and the unknown. No law to fear, no rule to sway, just the West and the cowboy way. Every mile earned, every dawn we see, proves we are masters of what will be. Dawn arrives with a quiet glow, riders mount, ready to go. Across the plains beneath endless sky, we follow the trail, no question why. Through mountains high and valleys deep, through nights of silence that never sleep. We ride for honor, we ride for might, guided always by freedom's light. There's no law on this road, only the trail. Through wind and rain, through storm and hail, no chains behind, no rules ahead, just the life we live, the path we tread. Through canyons deep and rivers grand, we ride forever. No law on this land. So when you hear hooves where the wild winds blow, and see the dust where the riders go, know some souls never bend or fold. They ride free, no law to hold. Yeah, they ride free. No law on this road. the sun slips low behind the hills, casting shadows quiet and still. Boots crunch softly on the dusty ground where the night falls without a sound. And lanterns glow on the cabin walls, flickering light where the evening calls. Stories rise with the smoky skies, riders gather under lantern skies. Under lantern skies we ride and roam, through desert winds and canyons home. No gold, no crown, just a steady hand, and the open trail across the land, with firelight warm and stars on high. We find our way under lantern skies. The coyotes call, the river hums, echoes of the past in distant drums. Every mile tells a tale untold of cowboys brave and hearts of gold. Hats pulled low, eyes fixed ahead, following the path where the trail is led. Through shadowed hills and open plains we ride the night, we hold the reins. Under lantern skies our spirits rise, through silent woods and endless ties. No map to follow, no law to bind, only the horizon and an open mind. With firelight warm and starlit cries, we journey still under lantern skies. Around the fire old songs are sung of fathers, sons, and trails they've run. Names etched deep in timber and stone, legends of the West that ride alone. Some chase love, some chase peace, some ride hard for a sweet release. But when the night drapes its velvet veil, a cowboy rides, and he will prevail. If the wind turns cold and the night feels long, we ride together, steady and strong. No glance behind, no chains to bind, just the code we live and the trails we find. Every mile, every dusk, every spark of light guides us true under lantern skies. Morning comes like a whispered prayer, casting gold on the land so fair. We mount our horses, ready to go, chasing the sunrise, chasing the flow. Through valleys deep and mountains high, across the plains where the eagles fly, we ride for freedom, we ride with pride, always guided by lantern skies. Under lantern skies the trail remains, through nights of shadow and days of pains. No silver road, no promises bright, only the west and the endless night. With firelight warm and courage wise, we carry on under lantern skies. So when you hear hooves in the quiet night and see a glow from the fading light, know some hearts still ride and rise, forever bound under lantern skies. Yeah, forever bound under lantern skies. The sun dips low on a dusty plain, shadows stretch like an endless chain. Boots hit hard on the well-worn trail, every mile tells a lonesome tale. Horses snort, saddles creak, every rider knows what the silence speaks. The law's long gone, the wind decides the fate of men on these restless rides. This is the last outlaw ride, hearts untamed through shadowed hills and nights unnamed. No chains behind, no law to bind, only the trail and the code we find. Through fire and dust, through wind and stride, we face the west on the last outlaw ride. Some came seeking fortune or fame, some just fled from a life of shame. The canyon echoes with whispered names of cowboys free and outlawed claims. We ride by courage, not by chance, through storms and silence we advance. No turning back, the horizon calls, through endless nights and canyon walls. This is the last outlaw ride, fearless and strong, through moonlit nights where the shadows throng. No promises kept, no banners high, only the stars and the open sky. Through rivers deep and mountains wide, we live and die on the last outlaw ride. Around the campfire, stories unfold of heroes, villains, and hearts of gold. Names carved deep in timber and stone, legends of the West forged alone. Every scar tells a tale untold, every mile counts like silver and gold. We chase the wind and we chase the dawn, riding the trails of the brave and gone. If the night grows cold and the storm comes near, we'll face it straight with a steady steer. No law to follow, no chains to bind, only the trail and the peace we find. Every heartbeat earned, every mile we claim, etches our story in western flame. The sunrise breaks a fiery hue, we mount our stage, the horizon in view. Through canyons deep and plains so wide, we ride for freedom, we ride with pride. The past behind, the future ahead, every step by the code we've pled. And when our journey finally ends, we ride with the wind as the west defends. This is the last outlaw ride, spirits high through endless trails and open sky. No chains to hold, no fear inside, only the west is our faithful guide. Through dust and fire, through night and tide, we live forever on the last outlaw ride. So when you hear hooves where the shadows lie, and see the dust paint the western sky, know some souls ride where legends bide, forever free. The last outlaw ride, yeah, forever free. The last outlaw ride. The sun sinks slow on the western plains, casting gold through the canyon veins. Boots hit hard on the well-worn trail, every mile tells a fearless tale. Horses snort, the wind runs free, whispering secrets of what used to be. Old names carved in the canyon stone, where legend rides and stands alone. Where legend rides, we follow still, across the hills, across the hills. No chains behind, no fear inside. We live the trail where the brave reside. Through dust and fire, through sun and sky, we ride the west where legends lie. Yeah, where legend rides, we never die. From ghost towns lost to rivers wide, we chase the horizon side by side. Some for freedom, some for gold, some for stories never told. Through endless nights and morning light, we keep our honor, we keep our might. Every scar and every stride carves the path where legends ride. Where legend rides, we answer true. Through storms and shadow, under skies of blue. No maps to guide, no law to bind, just the courage of heart, the strength of mind. Through canyon deep and prairie wide, we live the west where legends ride. Yeah, we live the west where legends ride. Around the fire old songs arise of heroes gone and the starlit skies. Names etched deep in timber and stone, legends of freedom carved alone. Every tale a mark of pride, every trail a rising tide. And when the night drapes its velvet veil, a cowboy rides, he will prevail. If the wind turns cold and shadows fall, we ride with courage through it all. No glance behind, no chains to sway, only the trail to guide our way. Every heartbeat earned, every mile we claim, etches our story in western flame. The sunrise breaks a golden hue, we mount our steeds, the trail in view. Through hills and valleys, under skies wide, we ride with honor, with hearts of pride. The past behind, the future ahead, every step by the code we've pled. And when our journey finally ends, we ride with the wind where legend ascends. Where legend rides, we stand tall. Through endless plains and canyon walls, no fear within, no chains can fight. Only the west is our faithful guide. Through dust and dawn, through night and tide, we live forever where legend rides. Yeah, we live forever where legend rides. So when you hear hooves in the quiet night and see the stars in their silver light, know some souls ride where legends bide, forever free. Where legend rides, yeah, forever free. Where legend rides.